Hello, hello. Welcome to the Gig Economy Podcast, episode 255. Title is Keep Your Hands Out of Your Pants While Delivering. Odd title. And one of our awesome listeners and super fans, Faith, gets salty at a rude customer. I bet you want to know what that is.
Yeah, gotta watch her. She's a pistol.
I can't wait till she never. Well, no, I couldn't say she watched live 2 nights in a row, but normally she listens after the fact. So I'm sure about, I don't know, next Tuesday we'll get a message like, "Hey, I was listening to the pod.
And I heard my name mentioned."
I heard my name mentioned for sure." Go to gigeconomyshow.com for everything Gig Economy Show related. Patreon supporters, take note of the updated logo. Extra podcast a week. Larry?
Yes.
Finally.
I love it. It
looks exactly the same, but I changed the word a month to a week. Go to patreon.com/the Gig Econ Podcast. There you can support us, different tiers. You get an extra podcast a week at the higher tier. You get an exclusive piece of merch, ad-free episodes, so much more at the $7 tier. We love the $3 tier too. You get pre-show banter that is no one else gets, so you can definitely check that out if you'd love to support the show, because we would love for you to do it.
Yes.
Go to Telegram. No, go to the link in the description and click on Telegram, and Larry's going to tell us what Telegram is.
Yeah, so Telegram's just a communication app, chat, like a texting app. But besides texting, you can also do video messages or voice messages. We do a lot of the voice messaging while we're out doing gig work. It's a lot easier to do when you're sitting at a stoplight instead of trying to type out a text or something. But you can communicate and make friends with gig workers all over the country and not feel so lonely when you're out on the road. You can talk about any gigs you're doing that are working really well for you, that you're making big bucks on, or any really crappy rides or deliveries you had. You can vent, and you'll be talking to some people who've been there. They know what you're going through because they've done it too.
For sure. Today, obviously, Larry, you remember Ben.
Yes.
Well, Ben and I aren't super friends anymore. We still text occasionally. He sent me a message, like he shared this app today. He's like, yeah. Did he send it to you too?
No, but I've been following on his Facebook page, the app that he's been developing, but he did not share it with me.
Ben's developing an app?
Yeah, go ahead. I thought that's what he was telling. I thought that's what you were talking about.
No, what is he developing?
It's about journaling.
Yeah, he did. That's what he shared, but it wasn't like.
Yeah, no, he developed. He wrote it.
He did it. He wrote it with AI.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
This is hilarious. Larry, if you ever send me something important, say to it, dude, read the whole fucking thing.
Okay.
Because I was I saw the app and I jumped down to, I gave up on Telegram, too much spam, and I don't use it enough to get pro. And then I just responded to that by saying, LOL, my whole life is on Telegram. Which it is. But he made an app. Interesting.
Yeah.
So he said, I made an app. Funny story. I had to sign up for the Apple developer as part of the process. Somehow Threads podcast is still showing up under my profile. Apple's really weird when you have to do stuff. Like it's kind of complicated. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So anyways, I didn't know he made an app. I was just going to make a Telegram joke that my whole life is on Telegram. And I just realized he made an app. Did you download it?
I have not yet.
Okay.
I've never journaled, so I don't know.
Oh no, I'm not journaling either. No. I in my head, this app was for a replacement for Telegram. Like my brain goes so fast. I skipped the bulk and went to the end, and I thought it was a replacement for Telegram. God, what a fucking idiot I am.
But I might download it. Just I'd like to look at it. You know?
Yeah,
I think it'd be interesting to look at.
I'm gonna try to break it.
Yeah, I mean that's what he wants. He wants you to test it and find out what you can find out about it.
Well, anyway, sorry for that little tangent. I had just an epiphany. I'm like, I have to go to look at the text now. You can follow us on TikTok. We're streaming live there as well as also Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. I'm not sure what's going on. Like, there's 0 people from YouTube unless we have such cross-promoting fans. Unless Steve is still podcasting. He went live an hour before. My guess is that is the issue. because usually we have quite a few YouTubers here. Follow us on TikTok, blah, blah, blah. Speaking of Steve, he's starting a new show. It's called The Conversation. Tonight he had the CEO of Delivered on there. It's a weekly series kind of replacing this summer the
Roundtable.
Thank you, Larry. I know you can't see me, but you knew I was had my eyes closed. It's going to be an interactive show allowing everyone to participate if they want to through the live stream. I think it's going to be cool to do that. Not a lot of people want to do that, but I do feel there are times when people want to chime in. And they want to be on the live stream, and I think that's cool that he's doing that. So check that out. Steve Dove obviously does great work. I wish he was coming to Nashville. I didn't officially invite him, but probably should have. He wouldn't have come anyways. He's too fucking busy. He does 19 shows a day, guys. 19 podcasts a day.
He is putting it out.
Yeah, so check it out if you'd like to see him on YouTube. Ride Share Rodeo on YouTube. Stories from the road. Larry, anything?
Yeah, no stories from the road. I'm trying to remember if I did any gig work last week. Last week was my wife's birthday on Friday, so we actually took off work on Thursday. We went to Nashville, saw the new Mission Impossible movie on IMAX, which was awesome. That was cool. We saw it at 10 o'clock in the morning. There's 6 people in the theater.
Okay.
And then she did some shopping. And then that night we went out to eat the Cheesecake Factory, and then we went to the Grand Ole Opry, and it was CMA Fest week down in Nashville, so there was a gazillion people there.
Yeah.
But Opry Mills is not near downtown, so we stayed at Opry Mills all day. But they had a really big show. Usually on the Opry, there's 1 or 2 people that are really good or that and everything. But they had a lady who's third runner up,
American Idol.
Yeah, that was it. She's really good. Very strong voice, very much like a voice like Carrie Underwood. Sang 2 gospel songs, really, really good. Then Stephen Curtis Chapman was there, who's been a Christian artist for
I've heard of him
30 years. He was there. Jelly Roll was there.
What?
Yeah, Jelly Roll
on the stage.
Yeah, he was part of the show. Yeah, he was one of the artists.
This isn't the Grand Ole Opry.
Yes, this is Grand Ole Opry.
That's right up from downtown. That's
no, that's the Ryman. That's where the Opry used to be.
Oh, the Ryman. Yes,
right. They still have it there. A month or 2, I think, out of the year they'll have it there, and special shows will have it.
Okay.
But the Opry, they moved.
That's right.
Back in that late 80s, maybe.
Okay.
But anyway, they moved it to, it's called the Opry House, which is right next to Opry Mills Mall.
Gotcha.
So that's where we're at. Downtown would have been nuts.
I was going to say.
Yeah. And then they had a guy named Brandon Lake, who's a huge Christian artist right now. And apparently he's been kind of mentoring Jelly Roll, because Jelly Roll didn't actually go last. Brandon actually was the headliner for the show.
Oh, wow.
And he was just talking about how much Jelly Roll had helped him and along the way and stuff. So, and we had a special thing. If you could show proof that you had brought Brandon pre-purchased Brandon's new album that was coming out that weekend, you got to go afterwards and go back. They called it backstage, but it's to kind of another smaller theater, and there's 300 people, and Brandon came out and answered questions, and they interviewed him a little bit. So we did that too.
Damn.
This weekend we went to St. Louis, visited my son. We went up in the Arch and went to a nice dinner that night, and then we went to it's called the City Museum in St. Louis, which if you have kids between 6 to 12, man, this is the place. It's 5 floors of just all sorts of stuff, and there's tunnels and caves and slides. I don't see how you don't lose a kid in there. I really don't.
Yeah.
They have 37 different slides throughout the building. One of them's a 5-story slide. Me and my son did that one, which is pretty cool. All sorts of stuff. And then watched the Battlehawks game. So we were really busy over the weekend.
Very cool. Back doing gig work for me. I wrote Walmart Spark is my bitch. Just doing a lot of Walmart, not a lot, but decided to do some PM stuff, which seems to be pretty successful for me. I did with doing the Whitecaps baseball this year. I had to get alcohol certified, which was a 2-hour class. I ended up doing that, so I submitted it to Walmart, and then remember like a couple weeks ago, I got I was looking up the app and I had a random $60, and that was from that. They paid me $60, even though I didn't take the class for them, so that was cool. So
yeah,
that fast forward, I started back doing gig work, and I've been getting a lot of alcohol orders. Not like people partying, but like just like they got some booze that they want to have for the week or whatever. So then last night, was it last night? Last night or night more, it doesn't matter. I had an order. It had food and like a fifth of vodka or something like that. I go out there. They're not fucking there.
Oh, man.
That's one thing you cannot do. You cannot just leave booze. Every app out there, I don't care if you're new, do not leave the booze. Do not. You will get deactivated. I mean, I guess
immediately.
If you don't get caught, I guess. But they're going to go, hey, this guy didn't scan an ID. I mean, everything is tracked on those apps. So, hey, Steve, thanks for sending people over. Appreciate it. So anyways, I get there, of course, not there. I knock, nothing. I text, wait about a minute, nothing. And then I always text first. This is a tip too. Text first because they're not going to answer a random call because they bought or they,
sure.
different.
Yeah, I don't answer random calls.
No. So I send a text, nothing. So Walmart makes you take everything back. You can't just leave the food because they probably had $150 worth of food. So I brought it all back. Thank God Walmart paid me what they quoted me up front. So it wasn't
nice.
It used to be like $250. You would get $250.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. For like
I bet a bunch of people were leaving it, and that's why they changed.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to leave it, or I'm not going to cancel this. So I brought it back, and then later on the night it came up again, and I let that fucker sit there. And I could have done it again and double dipped, but you know what? That guy needs to learn. Fucking be there. And this was an express order too, so it was like
wanted immediately.
Yeah, within 2 hours. He had ordered that within 2 hours. Now the only thing I could say is maybe his wife had ordered it and maybe she forgot, or he ordered it and she forgot, or whatever, that there was booze in the account. And now they do tell you, like, when you're on your way, you're like, hey, you're going to need to be there for an ID.
Yeah.
So I let it sit there and no one else took it. I don't know why, but it sat there for another 2 hours.
Really?
I watch it, and they even bumped it up to like $28. I still didn't take it. I was like, fuck you. I can make another $28 somewhere else. I'm not. You need to learn to freaking be there when you order food and alcohol.
Especially, alcohol. Yeah, you got to be there.
And then today I went out a little less productive today. I have a feeling that I'm going to be more productive at night, and I think I might switch my mindset and, just maybe, because last summer I used to just get up in the morning like I did for busing and get out there, and I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to sleep in, and sleep in till 7.
Yeah. You slacker. Oh
right.
My God.
And so, I think I might change it up a little bit. But today I did 2 alcohol runs for Uber in the middle of the day. Like I took a picture of it. I didn't share it on here, but I bought a big bottle of Johnny Walker, the red label, the $50 one. 2 things of Gatorade and 2 Hungry Man Salisbury steaks. That was the order. I'm like, okay.
Somebody got their priorities.
Yeah. So, and then I did another, like a Truly, which I was kind of sad with because it was, I'm not kidding you, Larry. It was like 10:30 in the morning. And I go there and I was like, hey, how's your day? I'm always friendly. And she's like, oh, just waiting for my daughter to get up, as I hand her a 24 pack of Truly. I'm like, okay. Good luck there. Good luck.
Righty.
And I did post a TikTok. I don't know. I feel like TikTok's shadow banning us. But anyways, I posted TikTok. It's got no views, and it's fucking funny. It basically says, we shop, we deliver, and don't judge. And it was a picture of the booze. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like that's true. Like, we shouldn't judge. But I did kind of be like, well, you're waiting for your daughter to get up? And anyways, I mean, Truly's basically water anyways. So let's just leave it there. But
I don't even know what Truly is. So
it's a seltzer. It's a hard seltzer. Yeah, they're gross unless they've improved. So, All right, stories from the road, or no, that we already did that. Gig economy in the news. So this guy, people were losing their mind with this. The title says "Keep your hands out of your pants while delivering."
Yeah.
So we'll watch this and kind of break it down. But I think I'll have a different take than what you all have. So here we go.
After ordering food from DoorDash, many people got upset over what these delivery drivers did when dropping off her food. But the moment they drop it off by the door, this guy made the customer not want to eat her food over what he does next.
The grunt. So for the audio listeners, I said, he put his hand. He wasn't touching the food. It was his girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah, he was just walking with her, and I guess you could defend him that way.
What's that?
I guess you could, say, okay, it was all right because he wasn't touching the food,
right? So, as a male, we have junk down there, and when it's summer,
adjust sometimes.
We got to adjust, even if it's wintertime. Sometimes you got to adjust,
yeah.
But you got to know again.
Not in front of a Ring doorbell.
No, even if you don't think that there's one there, there's probably one there. You know what I mean? Like, don't stick your hand down your pants to adjust your balls.
Yeah.
Christina's like, what did I just get myself into? I think she's probably from Steve. Don't stick your hand down your pants. Adjust your balls while you're delivering the food. Can you wait till you get in the hall or something?
Yeah, or back to your car or something, not right in front of their door where, who knows if they're looking out the peephole or like I said, Ring doorbell camera. And just have a little better timing.
Right. So my opinion is, honestly, I don't think it's that bad. I mean, people are like, oh, no, I'm like, first of all, the amount of shit that probably happens that you don't see is probably 10 times worse than that.
It may be, and which is why I don't order food delivery.
Yeah, the more and more I do these shows and look for videos and stuff, like I don't even have to look
we see
for
a
them.
lot. Yeah, we see a lot.
Up.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that anyways. I mean, obviously, Larry, me, everyone in here, of course. I mean, if you're in here, like, enjoying the show, you're not out there sticking your hands on your pants while you're delivering. You're being conscientious of stuff like that. But it's kind of the same thing when that video I posted about people filling drinks and they need to quit being bitches and just fill them, like, oh, they're gross. I mean, yes, he did stick his hand out of his pants, but he technically wasn't touching the food. Now, if he was touching the food, different.
That's all different. But again, it comes down to the timing thing. If he just would have waited to do it so she didn't see it, she would have never known that 2 seconds later he's rearranging his junk, and she would have had her food and would have been just fine. But you don't stand right in front of their door, right in front of their doorbell, and do it.
It's just I think it would have been fine. I mean, honestly, we need to stop like freaking out so much about somebody touched something, except like my phone. Like, so with listen, let me explain. When I do alcohol delivery, you're supposed to get a signature. I sign it for them. I don't want to hand my phone to them. A, they're gonna drop it, and B, my hands are dirty. I don't know where your hand's been. Do you want to touch the phone? The phone screen, I think, is a little different. But if he actually did hand that pizza box, like did that, and I mean, while I would not eat it, granted, would it really do anything to that person? It's not like they're touching the food. It's just an outside of the box.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on that?
No, I mean, it's just it's a mental thing. You see that and you're like, oh my God. Like I said, if he would have been the one carrying the pizza right before he handed the pizza over, he reaches down and rearranges himself, and then he's handing the box. In your mind, you're wondering what else did he do?
That's the problem.
You don't know.
You don't know.
You don't know. And you're going to worry about that. And you're not going to eat the pizza.
Yeah. If you were to do, I know you've done a few Sparks. What is your thought on taking bananas? This is solely random. Not really random. Do you bag your banana? Like if you're going to get a bunch of bananas for somebody, do you bag them? Now, when I say bag them, taking the little thin plastic bag.
Yeah.
or do you just put them in your cart?
I don't know. I'm trying to remember.
What do you do in your life? I mean, we're not big banana eaters at our house, so
we aren't either. And my wife does the large majority of shopping.
What the fuck do you even do in the household?
In the household?
Yeah, your wife does everything. Every time we have a story, my wife does this, my wife does that. My wife doesn't let me do laundry.
What can I say? I'm married well.
Clearly. Bubba Sushi's puts it in a bag. I don't.
Yeah, you're not eating.
You're not eating the peel. I mean, I guess somebody could eat the peel, but you're a serial killer if you do that.
Yeah. You got bigger problems.
You got bigger problems. I mean, this is, we're not third world country. You can, peel it off and eat the banana inside.
Because the bananas are out there at the store. They're not bagged. They're out there. Anybody can,
of course,
touch them,
sneeze on them.
So yeah.
Yeah, like think about tomatoes. Like everyone's sneezing and coughing. If you don't wash that shit, anyways, we're getting in the weeds or the vegetables.
Traveler, you're 100% correct. You're 100% correct.
He struck out in his first one. Same. We both struck out. Second one, fucking winners for both of us. All right, moving on from that. What?
Okay, we're not getting into that.
What?
You know, this isn't my second. Remember?
Is it your third?
Remember this came out when I was on Threads and y'all were shocked.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You and Ben couldn't believe it.
But that one didn't count though.
We had no idea you were such a heathen. We would never had you on our show.
That's true. Do you bag an orange? Yeah, you know why I do bag an orange? You know why? Because it rolls around.
Yeah, it's easier to carry a bunch of oranges in a bag. But bananas, you can just sit down. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah. Now, obviously, when I go to check out, I put I'm sure I have more than bananas. I'll put those in a regular grocery bag, which, God, the Walmart bags are about as thin as those plastic bags.
Oh, man.
You sneeze wrong and the things break open.
They are
you put 3 cans of corn in there, and I double bag that shit because I don't need it breaking. But I forgot it was 3. Oh, my bad. That one didn't count. It was so short. Wasn't that so short though?
No, the first was 3 years.
That's short. Mine was 3.
The second one was 16.
Too long. Second one was too long. Don't say anything.
Not saying anything.
He's red and awkward, y'all. When you get Larry to be quiet, he wants me to move on. All right. I gave this specifically for Larry, this next article, because he has a boner, speaking of marriage, for drones. And we're going to talk about that.
Well, yeah. So this is about Wing, a company called Wing and Walmart. So they have partnerships to do some deliveries, and they're expanding that delivery out to 100 new stores. And the Wing drones are really, really cool. So it looks like they're going to expand it into stores in Atlanta, Charlotte, Houston, Orlando, and Tampa. It's a company. Wing is owned by Alphabet, the same company that owns Google.
Mm-hmm.
So they're partnering with 5 new cities. Like I said, let's see if that says when they're starting. Again, they're still somewhat limited into what they can carry. I think they said their flagship drone, the one that they use the most, it will handle up to 2.5 pounds, which is not a lot.
No,
but its newer models can hold up to twice that, which is 5 pounds. They have enough battery power to complete a 12-mile round trip, and they cruise at a top speed of 65. So they're
that's boogieing.
Yeah, that's getting it. And they use tethers and hooks to pick up and drop off small bags and boxes on the customer's front lawns. It says it's completed over 450,000 residential deliveries since Wing's inception in 2012. They also do drone deliveries for DoorDash in Dallas and Charlotte in North Carolina. So it's pretty cool. So they're always trying to think of other ways to kind of improve their efficiency and make it a better experience. So one thing that they've done that I've not heard of any other drone companies doing is they've created a system that they can have their drones dynamically take pickup and delivery jobs back to back without needing to go back to a base station. So they can go to a store, pick up a load, drop it off at the customer's house, go to another store.
Oh, wow.
And pick up a load. So what they do is they have they have these called auto loader stations, and they install those at the retailers' parking lots. Employees can go out and prepare an order, bring it out there, and when the drone is ready, it can get there, lowers the rope to grab it, and takes off.
Dude.
So yeah, that's pretty cool.
You know what it made me think of with DoorDash? So they have like the Dash Marts, and there's one in Grand Rapids. In fact, I have an app that I didn't talk about. Maybe we'll talk about that on the Patreon, but it's called Get Gigs, and they looking for workers at that. They actually. It's not a horrible pay rate. It's like really? late hours at night because obviously DoorDash is probably busy.
Yeah, the Dash Marts.
The Dash Marts, yeah.
Yeah, that's where the hoodies came from.
Yeah. So what my point was, like the drones, I mean, they're already there. They'll just sit out there. The drone will drop. They just set it on the table probably and zoop, where it goes.
Yep. They pack it up, set it out there. Whenever the drone gets done with its other order, it comes out. You don't have to coordinate with them, with the employees. They'll just set it out there and drone picks it up.
The problem is 2.5 pounds. I mean, you're talking
5 pounds now. The new ones are 5.
Okay, now we could do a regular like McDonald's meal with a drink. You could probably that'd be under 5 pounds.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is going to be the future. I think the problem is like just like everything, you have all these companies. So now you got the DoorDash drones, and then you're going to have the Uber Eats drones, and then they're all of a sudden this has happened with pickleball. The noise level from a pickleball court is absurd. You're going to have drones that are like, you know what I mean? I know it's not super loud, but like if you're doing 5 pounds, you got to have some pretty hefty propellers on there.
Yeah, no doubt. And especially when, like I said, they go 65 miles an hour. So that's scooting for a drone.
Yeah. Unless they're able to go up higher, to reduce the sound until they get to their destination. But 65 is hauling, especially if birds, remember they're driving bird's eye view. They literally have nothing to stop them, like traffic lights, so they can get there pretty fast.
Yeah. So if you want to order from them, you have to live within 6 miles of one of the stores. That's an FAA rule.
Really?
It governs drone operations beyond visual line of sight, because obviously these drones, they're not going to be line of sight.
No.
With, anybody. So and it needs to be under a certain weight. Since they cover everything from groceries to health and wellness products to household goods, as long as it's if it's under the 5 pounds.
The Gig Economy Podcast will be back after a quick break.
Should I be excited or afraid of AI? The answer is yes. It's both.
Things are going to look so different in the next couple of years. You will not be ready for the disruptions that are going to come.
I'm Jeff Nielsen, host of Digital Disruption, the go-to podcast for technology leaders. Our generation's conflict, I think, is going to be emotional, not economic.
The companies that are going to win are the ones that have a couple of characteristics.
Stay ahead of the curve with Digital Disruption. Available now on your favorite podcast platform.
Very cool. Yeah, this one thing I really like. I did have a drone for a while. I bought the DJI, like the really, that's the brand, right? Is it DJI?
Oh, DJI, yeah.
DJI, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I bought it, and it was like $350, right? And it that was pricey for me. And it was like the mini something.
Mini Mavic.
Yeah, the Mini Mavic. That motherfucker wouldn't go it'd go like 400 yards, and I'd start losing signal.
Really?
So I ended up selling it I sell it to Nolte's father-in-law for like $300. I think it might have been more than that. It may have been $400. But yeah, I if I'm going to get one, I'm going to have to spend one that I want to go like a couple miles.
Yeah.
Or at least a mile.
Yeah, and the smaller ones, they of course they get battered about by the wind and stuff a little more. It's harder to control and things like that. So, yeah, if it's something you're really going to get into, you probably need to be prepared to spend a little bit of money. And I know we bought one for my son a long time ago. It was like, I don't know, like $90 or something.
Yeah,
we taken it out a few times out to the high school, and there's twice. It's like, we're never seeing this drone again, because it just,
right.
we lost it. And I don't know how we ended up finding it both times, so we did.
It's really fun. It's really fun to fly. And honestly, if you're getting it for, your kids' baseball games, or, you're looking at a roof, get it. It's high def camera. Do they say high def camera anymore? What big megapixel? I don't know. It was a great camera.
Yeah.
And, it was fun. I really enjoyed doing that. But yeah, like I said, I was kind of like, so when I bought it, and I know it's been a while since you've been in my house, Larry, but behind us, they put it in that big development. Well, I bought it to I was going to do like see how it's going. And I barely got to the other end of that thing. And the fucking thing would like,
oh, really?
And I was like, no thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. Drones are wild. Like I told you, we went to that football game in St. Louis, a UFL football game this weekend. And I noticed it last game. They have these little drones and they fly them like right up, like, you have the two teams, lined up for plays. They have that drone like within like 5 feet of those players, just flying around all the time.
You got to be a good pilot because you could you could knock an eye out with that.
There was only one time when we were there, and one of the refs was running down the field, and he made a sudden left-hand turn, and he had to jerk his head back because that drone was right there.
Yeah. I mean, you got it, and I would feel like those guys that are flying those probably have the screen on their, you know what I mean? Like for me, when I was flying it, I can't remember, was it on? Well, no, it was on your phone, I guess.
Yeah, that's how ours was.
But I feel like they have more of a it's a big like thing around their eyes, and they have like a separate controller so that they can see it. So it's like a point of view where you're just like you're like sitting in the drone driving it, flying it.
But they fly that thing like constantly the whole game, and they'll swap them. You'll see them fly down and swap it out for another one or swap batteries or whatever all the time. But they're just right there. I mean, they have the sky cams too, which they've had for years on the cables. But these things, man, they're just right up there.
You're never gonna get a better camera shot than from a drone. It's just, you can't beat it. So
that's for sure.
So this is a video of we've played these before, but I don't know. I kind of like this guy, but this is a DoorDash that doesn't speak to the restaurant.
Hello, sir. How can I help you? What are you showing me, pal? For DoorDash? Okay. Can you read me the name, please? Sir, stop doing that. That's not helping. Just tell me the name. For Amanda, just give us a minute then. Why are you throwing me the peace sign? Oh, you have 2 orders? All right, just give us a second. We'll get it out. It's gonna be like 2 minutes, pal. All right, bro. Sir, the orders didn't have a drink. Oh, for you? Yeah, you could buy a drink. Bro, it's only been 1 minute. We'll give it to you this one time. Is everything okay? I don't speak grunts, bro. What do you want? Napkins, forks, what? Bro, what? I'm gonna just give you everything.
I gotta say, I love that guy's mustache, though. That's a fucking bitchin' mustache.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got it going on.
Yeah, I mean, this is the only thing I can think of. It's not silver lining, but I do feel like maybe a lot of people that can't speak English do gig work like that, and they can't really communicate. I don't know. I feel like you should make some attempt to learn a little bit of I don't know.
At least conversational.
Something, just to I mean, obviously that guy was over exaggerating, give me a free drink too. That's wild. I've been offered a free drink, but I've never asked.
Yeah. I've been given, especially back during COVID, man. And they, there's a lot of times they would give you a free drink. I got a free drink at Taco Bell one night, man.
The Baja Blast.
Oh man, made my night.
Do you know Baja Blast? They do a dirty one now where they put vanilla cream in it.
I know they're experimenting with some different flavors and things like that. I have not tried it.
Oh man, dirty sodas are the best. That's like the new thing now. I don't know why it's just coming around. Maybe it's been around for a while.
I've heard dirty Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, it's all like a little vanilla cream, and it totally changes the flavor. Not in a bad way, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'd try it.
You try it. He's like, I'm kind of a Baja Blast OG. Don't fuck with my Baja Blast.
Nah.
Yeah, I do remember COVID because you were the only ones that went inside. Everyone else had to go through the drive-thru, And some of the restaurants, sometimes they made us go through it too. But yeah, you'd be sitting in there. They'd be like, "Hey, you want a drink?"
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Fuck
yeah." When I got to Baja Blast, I was in the drive-through.
Oh, you got into the drive-through?
Yeah, they know you're doing DoorDash. You bring a DoorDash order, and he's like, "Hey man, you want something to drink?" I was like, "Yeah man, I'll take a Baja Blast." He gave me a large Baja Blast. Like, dude, appreciate you. He's like, "I know you are out here getting it,
Yeah, we are making.
Yeah, nobody else coming through here.
$40 for a cheeseburger order. Oh God, fucking money was so nice for that. All right, moving on. Another TikTok Christian DoorDasher reacts to Ouija board. So we'll play that and have some comments.
Thank you.
Have you ever done this?
No, it's just we like Halloween around here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ready? Did you guys actually know? I don't know if you know Jesus.
Yeah, I do. Thank you.
But did you know that this is an open door to the enemy?
It's a Hasbro game.
I know, but it's also an Ouija board.
It's a Hasbro game.
Hasbro game?
Yeah, it's a game for kids.
Kids?
Yeah, this is a game for kids. It's not real. That stuff's not real. But hey, you have a good one, right?
I have a good one too.
Oh man.
Yeah, I remember Ouija boards were scary when you're a kid. You're like,
right.
Oh man, this is but open door to first. I didn't realize what she was saying. The caption said anime.
Oh, did it? I didn't even read it.
And I was like, open door to the anime. Then I heard it the second time when I watched it. Open door to the enemies.
Yeah, I kind of missed a little bit what she was saying, but Ouija board. So I grew up and my parents sent me to church. I went to church twice a week. I don't anymore, but that's another story. I went to Christian school. So like the Ouija board was like, oh man, you don't talk about that. And obviously I never experienced it. Yeah. Is it truly like a Hasbro game? Like I know the Ouija board came from back from the day, but Hasbro's like marketing it now.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, I think Hasbro was marketing it back then. I think it was something that you buy. But yeah, I mean, I remember it. Like a bunch of kids over at the house or a birthday party or something. Everybody, get out the Ouija board, and some people really freak out.
Okay, so like this is me being ignorant. Like, what was it? A legit like door to like the evil? No, I mean, like, is there proof somewhere? Like, The Exorcist of Emily Rose. Like, I watched that movie too. Like, I believe in exorcism for sure. Like, that's just real. But
I don't know of anything that would prove it. But I'm one of those people. I'm like, don't mess with it. Why mess with that stuff?
I am too.
Why F around with that stuff when there's not any? Because strange things can happen.
Yeah,
there
for
are
sure.
Things out there. So, but yeah, I mean, it is. It's marketed as I'm sure it is. Sold by Hasbro or somebody like that. That's sold. Yeah. And you always wonder, when stuff happens, you're like, all right, there's you always could pretty much tell. Okay, all right, we know who's moving it. We know.
Yeah, I mean, in regards to like supernatural, that shit is real. Like, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, you said it's gonna happen in Nashville.
Oh, we be playing it. I got the 411 for my friend Faith. We'll be playing a game, but it ain't gonna be a Ouija board. We're playing a couple games, so you better like games.
Better bring your A game.
You literally better bring your A game and money. So to lose a lot of it gambling. What was I gonna say? Oh, I do believe in spirits. Like as much as I'm not super religious right now, that shit's real.
Yeah,
that shit is real. But I don't know the Ouija board. I feel like someone was moving that shit every time. Like it was all a setup. Like one person knew the joke.
Yeah,
but all right. Speaking of Nashville and Faith. So Faith does she's a big Amazon flexer and she does a lot of let's be frank. She doesn't do a lot of them. She signs up for
She gets paid for a lot of them.
She gets paid for a lot of them. And then she does Spark. She's hustling and then
and we're not talking bad about her. We're just jealous.
Oh no. No, I throw her under the bus. I talk shit about her all the time because I'm so fucking pissed that about 3 times a week. Now, she is still getting up at 3:30 in the morning, but sometimes she gets those blocks canceled the night before. I'm like, Amazon is the I mean, maybe because they have so much money, it doesn't matter to them. But can you imagine giving away as much money as they do?
No, that'd make me sick to my stomach.
I mean,
think about.
as a boss, I would be like, how can we sustain this? And then you look at your checking account, you're like, oh, there's $3 trillion in the account. We're good. It's fine.
I think we'll make it.
Just
next
get
week.
the package to the customer. I want drivers ready. If we don't have packages, fuck them. Pay them and send them home. So anyways, she gets a lot
be ready
of those.
tomorrow.
So she was delivering, and she got this note, which we all get notes, and says, delivered a blue-gray garage and a black and white mat with a Ring camera, very evident, and use Google Maps for directions. There are 2 different Steinbecks. I don't even know what the fucking Steinbeck is.
That's their probably their last name, maybe.
Oh, okay, yeah. And just for reference, Faith is in the Vegas area. Do not deliver to the wrong one, thanks. There's a red fire hydrant next to the house. So this message is kind of rude, like
a little bit.
And the guy's obsessed with colors. Okay, so there's that. So then the Faith sends this next picture. Apparently, they've updated the color, and this.
I mean, obviously, she went to the wrong house.
Yeah, Avi. Like it doesn't put the pin right up the person's asshole. Okay, so that's the yellow fire hydrant, and this she fucking wrote this and put it on the package. Your hydrant is yellow, not red. What?
with red and a big red X to it, just like your 6th grade English teacher.
That is freaking wild. I love that so much. I'm like,
oh yeah.
I love it when people in our Telegram group can provide content, because I couldn't believe she did that. I wouldn't have the balls.
Hey, much respect to Faith for doing that. Yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah, I think it's great that she did that. More people need that. The problem is with those notes, which probably happened, is he hasn't updated them, or she hasn't updated them. You know what I mean? Even today I had an alcohol delivery, and it I don't know if I can shut this off. When it pulls up, it announces like the instructions for Uber. It tells me like, hey, leave on the front porch. And I'm like, well, I have alcohol. And the guy was there, thank God. Whenever I see that, I figure it's going to be a minor trying to, sneak booze. But
right.
Steve says, with all that money, why don't they pay drivers properly? I mean, yeah, whatever. I mean, we can talk about that till blue in the face, but that's never going to change. Why don't they pay their employees properly?
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting paid good money to deliver for Flex. You want to go do a work for Amazon? You make $18 an hour and you're delivering 400 packages a day.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. There ain't no way I would do that.
Yeah. You can turn off those Uber announcements.
Yeah, you can, I'm sure.
Yeah, in your settings.
Sure. Yeah.
Apparently the fire hydrant, I don't know, maybe they got painted since a person wrote that, because there ain't no way that's even close to red.
Well, the guy, I mean, I do like good notes. I absolutely do.
Yeah, especially if it's helping. There are times when places are confusing, and it really helps out a lot. But yeah, not if you're going to give them directions, give them the right directions.
So last night, speaking of that, in good directions, it was kind of not in the hood of delivery, but it was I don't know. Anyways, they're like, there's a blue Pontiac GTO. Now that's an older car, not the GTOs from the days, but like when they brought it back, or GT, or I don't know. I think it's GTO or GT. Doesn't matter. And then another car in the other driveway, you can leave it at any door. So like they've given me the option. I pull up there, that thing, flat tires in the driveway, but I'm like, hey, it's there, right? They can use it, and it's an updated note, so why do I care? But that guy, for her, I mean, people get condescending because maybe one driver couldn't find it or something, so then they go in there and be cocks about it. So I don't know, just kind of. Yeah, I'm glad she did that. So.
I am too, especially since he had the wrong color.
That's even the best. Update your notes. If you're going to be a jerk to people in the notes, you better be accurate.
You better be right. Yeah.
Oof. Let's go. I'll be talking about that in Nashville. I'd be loving that. I'm going to be talking about that. Okay. Let's see. Larry.
Yeah. So
since you're the rideshare king. Well, Gabe is technically, but
Gabe's definitely the rideshare king out of the three of us, because I don't know if I've ever done an Uber reservation, but
and I hate people.
Audio listeners, this is a reservation request, and it's a trip bundle, so 2 trips. Says it's going to pay $32.24 altogether. the first trip says 13 minutes, 10 miles. It's going to pay $18.72, and then the second one's going to pay 8 minute long trip, 5 miles. It's going to pay $13.52. But the bad part is, after the first trip, it says 22 minutes before your next pickup.
Yeah,
So,
they're basically bundling, which it's not a bad idea, especially if you're going to do reservations.
Mhm.
But yeah, sitting for 22 minutes. I mean, will they pay you for that? I mean, again, what do we get? 10 cents a minute. So
no, I don't. No, these are upfront prices. This is what you're getting.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. Duh. What am I, back in 2016? Yeah, that's true. Like, I don't know if I'd do that.
Yeah, so that's 22 minutes. That's 35. So it's like 43 minutes altogether for like $31,
which isn't horrible.
But I wouldn't do it.
But see, here's the thing: if it's summertime,
Mhm.
like right now, I mean, shit can be slow. Like, I might do that if I was out working that early, or I had taken somebody to the airport, like whatever. I might do that.
It's 5:10 a.m. I had to look at that too. 5:10 a.m. There might not be a whole lot else going on.
No. But I feel like this trip, anyways, should. I mean, so the whole trip is 15 miles. I guess it's not horrible. I mean, that 5 mile one for $13 ain't bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. It's just, the big thing is for me is the weight.
Yeah, because there's nothing that makes a gig worker so antsy is like waiting at a traffic light, especially if you're I said this to Gabe today. I was road rage today, by the way. I was sending him a lot of messages in the middle. I just fucking pissed at drivers.
Yeah.
But nothing will make you be more pissed when you have like a double stack where you like you have to go do one and get to another one and you're on a time limit. Oh my God. So that would make me be like, okay, I'm sitting still. I need to fucking do something. So
yeah. Or it would make me mad is you do the first one, you wait the 22 seconds, 22 minutes, and the second one cancels.
But at least your cancellation is a lot higher on those reservations.
Well, I wouldn't know. I've never done it. Like I said, we never have reservations.
Why do you freaking do some work, dude?
Well, I do work here, but we just don't have them.
You have no reservations.
I don't know if I've ever seen an Uber reservation here. I've seen Lyft.
Okay.
Planned trips or scheduled trips, but reservation on Uber?
No. Gabe, shut off. Or shut off. Shut up. I meant to say fuck off, and shut up. I went, shut off. That's
shut off. You're having a stroke over here.
I know.
Man.
Those are private conversations, Gabriel.
Yes.
All right, moving on. Let's see. Here we go.
Waymo in the news.
All right, so obviously, we don't talk about current events much other than gig work and the LA shit that's going on. I think Josh sent me this, so we'll play this, and not looking good for the Waymos. So first of all, y'all are standing real close to an EV
that's burning with those batteries, and that is not good for your health.
Well, not only that, I think the firefighters, like, they had to take extra training and shit like that. Mm-hmm. Like, it's I don't know if it has a risk of explosion, but I mean, maybe it would probably be more risk with gasoline, but that's way too close for me.
Yes. Yeah. You're really taking a chance there, because I know they've talked about a lot of the firefighters before they realize exactly what they need to do. I mean, they say within minutes of getting there, and you breathe some of that smoke in, your throat's just on fire.
Really,
and you have respiratory problems, and that's bad.
I mean, it makes sense. It's straight up. I mean,
and they burn so hot. I mean, they most of the times they can't put them out. They don't have the stuff to put them out.
Yeah, I feel like I saw something where they have blankets now where they can throw over the car, and but yeah. So is in regards to the Waymos, for the audio listeners, there was a bunch of Waymo cars on fire. I'm not sure why Waymo didn't recall why they thought that wasn't. I mean, there was like 5 or 6 of them in a row, so I don't know where they were, where they caught them. app, but I don't know why Waymo didn't pull them back. I mean, what were they running those cars? Were they Jaguars or were they?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, you're talking like a probably $70,000 car with all those sensors, probably another 30 grand, 40 grand with the sensors.
At least, yeah, I would think so.
So 100,000 just letting it burn.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna look up see how much they cost. But yeah, I mean, unless that stuff can turn pretty quick.
True.
They don't want to just pull it out. If they think they can still make money.
Yeah, as well, Larry's looking that up. I mean, on a somewhat political level, I'm glad that protests can happen. That's why we live in this country. But you can't fucking loot and burn other people's property and shit like that. I mean, yeah, I loved it. They were fucking with ICE. I mean, I was dying laughing because I fucking hate that that's going on. But don't fucking burn. I mean, people are robbing the Apple store and the Jordan store. Yeah, and it's like, come on, dude.
It's like most of these things. It seems like the large majority of people, they're not doing it because it has nothing to do with ICE. They're just doing it because it's an excuse for them to be a thug.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all it is. And it said Waymo cars, you know it, man. Jaguar I-Pace is around 73,000 with all the sensors and stuff. Total cost between 150 and 200,000.
Oh, so I was way off on the total cost then. But at least the Jaguar. Yeah, that's too bad. I mean, I know things.
What are you accomplishing by destroying these Waymo cars? Not a damn thing. Or looting an Apple store. What does that have to do with immigration and nothing?
I'm fine with getting I'm probably going to get hate for this, but I'm fine with fucking with ICE, smashing their cars, whatever. But as soon as you fuck with someone's business, they don't have anything to do with it. I draw the line there. Fuck off. And I don't want anyone to get hurt either. So I shouldn't condone smashing the police cars, but it's just, this is not solving anything. And I feel bad for the people that are protesting and doing it the right way. But this is bad. This is bad. Shit's burning. And Trump doesn't sound like he's gonna fuck around and find out. So I'd be a little nervous in LA right now. So all right, off soapbox.
Yeah, Steve said Waymos are actually around 300,000.
Yeah, Steve. I don't know if you knew Steve is a CEO or part CEO of Waymo too.
Yeah.
So he probably knows.
He owns like what, 4 of them?
4. Yeah, he's got his own business over there. I mean, you could tell me it was $2 million. I'd probably fucking believe you. I don't know what the hell technology is in there. You know what I mean? We can only base it on what Google tells us. So, Octopus tablet real quick. We'd love to get this in your car. In fact, we did have a few people sign up for that. This is an Octopus tablet. It has trivia games for your riders if you're doing rideshare. It is fucking amazing. Larry and I both love it. I currently don't use it because I'm not doing rideshare. I think Larry sent his back too.
Nope,
you still got yours? Okay, my bad.
Still using mine.
Oh yeah, that's right. Maybe there were some issues with it. I don't know. But anyways, they're a great company. Unfortunately, you can connect it with Uber, which actually takes away all the games. So I recommend to you. What'd you say?
Don't do it.
Well, yeah, don't link it. Right as of right now, you have the option. And honestly, the second they make you force you to do it, I'm done talking about them.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna do it no more.
I tested it out for a couple of weeks with it hooked because I wanted to give it a chance because people
absolutely.
Going, the games are gone, but it prompts them to tip on the tablet, and I'm making more tips.
Absolutely.
So, well, I'll give it a shot, but I did not find that to be the case. And your case, your mileage may vary.
Yeah, and it's all about the money. Yeah, honestly,
test it out, see what happens. You can always unlink it.
Yeah. So
for now,
it's a great app. It's a great service.
They love the games. Passengers, nighttime crowd especially.
And they're very driver focused. They give a lot of money away. There's a lot of contests and stuff like that. So
all the time. Yeah, they always got stuff going on. And they do a great job of updating the app with new information depending on what's going on, or whether it's a Kentucky Derby or the NBA or the NHL finals, whatever's going on, they've got content that deals with it.
For sure. Last thing I want to talk about is Lyft introduces this is Lyft, Uber's little brother. Introduces some driver safety features. Now, mind you, I had to look at the date because I was like, they don't have the PIN thing for Lyft yet. So that's the first thing they're offering, a 4-digit PIN verification. And we talk about so much stuff that I'm so I read it and I was like, This can't. No, like I got to look at you do the same thing, don't you?
Yeah. You're like, Larry sent me some old shit he found from like 2 years ago.
Yeah, so I looked at the date. So apparently they're offering the 4-digit PIN verification. I mean, it's literally just like Uber's. Not a lot to talk about there. Now this one, worry for your cancellations. Again, Uber does this already. If you are a driver and you feel uncomfortable, you can cancel without penalty. Uber's had that for 2 years? I swear, it's been a while since we talked about it. And the last thing they added, and this is relatively new for Uber too, is live trip audio recording. Now I'm going to read this verbatim, and this is written by the rideshare guy, and this is not any shade against him, but when you read it, I'm curious if you pick something up. Lyft has introduced an in-app audio recording feature to enhance safety during rides. Available to both drivers and riders, this tool allows us users to record audio directly through the app, either automatically or on demand. Users can choose to always record only at night, or initiate recording manually during a ride. Recordings are encrypted and stored on the user's device for 7 days, ensuring privacy and control. In the event of a safety concern, users can attach the audio file to a safety report submitted to Lyft's safety team. Importantly, drivers are notified that a ride may be recorded, prompting transparency. This feature underscores Lyft's commitment to safety, blah, blah, blah. So it's not the driver that's turning it on, it's the passenger. And so they have access to it, because the way it shows, you attach it to an email. So I thought that was interesting, because I think Uber's, it's all recorded and you don't have access to it. They have access to it, but you don't have access to it, right? As far as the driver goes. Now, this is maybe apples to oranges, because this is driver and rider.
Yeah, it could be, but I mean, Uber passengers have the ability to record the ride too.
Yeah, but do they have access to the file?
I don't know.
I don't remember reading that. So
it'd be a good thing to try next time we take an Uber, 2 years from now, whenever.
Well, I mean, honestly, come Nashville.
Yeah.
There's going to be some. I mean, we're going to have to take a few here and there, because I'm going to bed at 9:30. Like
we'll have like 3 cars there.
Well, John will be there. Well, we can't trust John.
Seth will be there.
Oh, Seth is driving too?
Yeah. I mean, he's not that far.
What if I want to get a hooker?
Then you take John's car. That was easy.
Oh God. I'm definitely clipping that. That's fucking hilarious. All right. Anyways. So yeah, we should try to test it out. Although then you're going to have to report a safety thing. Although it's not out of the question that you would report that, because, people are drivers are fucking crazy.
That they are.
So, I'm glad Lyft is finally getting on the safety train. I looked at the date.
Oh, I know. I had to too. When I came across it, I had to double check and is this not stuff that's been going on? But I'm like, well, come to think of it, I don't see. I've never had to put a pin in.
Yeah,
on the Lyft app, and so I guess it is new.
Well, for sure. And the amount of Lyft rides I've taken have, even though. Let me go back and say, even though Uber had the PIN for a while, not everyone has it. It's
no, it's still
pretty rare,
somewhat rare for me to have to put a PIN in.
Yeah, for sure. But all right, well, thank you guys for tuning into the show. Super appreciate everyone coming over from Steve's show. Check out Rideshare Rodeo, of course, for his new show on Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern for him. For us, if you're in Eastern time zone. I don't know the rest of it, but and any gig work this weekend, Larry?
Probably Friday. Today's 4-day work week for us. At work, we work generally 4 days a week in the summer. So Friday, I got to get oil changed in the morning at 7. Then after that, I'll probably do some gig work, and then Saturday, not sure, maybe, and then Sunday, hopping on a plane and heading down to Florida.
Nice. No gig work for me from today on till next week, Monday. The Bananas are the
Savannah
Bananas, not the actual, their minor league is coming to the ballpark. So Thursday, Friday, and Saturday I'll be working there. And I don't really have to do gig work those days. So, and Sunday's Father's Day, so I won't be doing anything. and then I'll be back to work on Monday. So appreciate y'all. And as always, don't put up with anyone's bullshit.
We'll see you on the road.
Peace.
Hey, good night.
This podcast is produced and edited by Hey Guys Media Group. Want to start a podcast? Check out heyguysmediagroup.com.